We are back this week with Coach Townsend, and with them today we have a senior offensive lineman Kevin Binkley. Coach, let's get right to it. We finally got a win under your belt, first win at home. Talk us through that game a little bit.
It all started out by having a good week of practice and preparation for Oregon Clay, and I think the kids they buying into the process, and now that they see they got a victory, their confidence up, and hope we can carry it on to this week.
What were the high points of that game on Friday, and what are the areas that you need to start to improve on?
One of the highlights of this game was the offensive line. The offensive line was night and day from the first game, and they gave the offense opportunities to score. And also, we got some first downs. The first drive, that 7-yard play drive, first drive we had, that set the tone. And then our defense was lights out. Our defense was lights out. I think we had they had a negative 8 yards rushing, and that's pretty good for a high school defense, and I just hope that we just carry this on for next week.
Kevin, talk to me a little bit about, obviously you guys were practicing this summer, never really sure if you're going to play or not. I mean, how is it for this team to now be playing and now to have a win?
Well, all last year we was wondering, if we was going to play or if we wasn't. It was just a word, but, all we could do was really work. Coach Biggie had us here 6:30 in the morning just working, and then the governor had the meeting, and it was official. So now we just got to put it on the field and leave it out there.
How did it feel to be kind of on the home field and out there this past weekend?
It felt great. It felt great. Week 1 we was away, but I think that week 2 is a home stadium, so it just hit us, and it was go time.
Obviously, it's a little different environment you've been used to the last years of playing football, smaller crowd. How did that impact the team at all? That it wasn't quite as loud as it normally would be. Is it tough?
It wasn't tough, actually just to hear somebody in the crowd, that motivated the kids, just to hear somebody cheer for them, and I think that also helped us this week, just having some people in the crowd. So, hopefully, things change. We be able to have a larger crowds, but until then, we just got to play what we got.
Was it a little strange for you, Kevin, to be out there and sort of quiet?
Yeah, it was different from the last years, but crowd is a crowd and a game is a game, so all we can do is just play, crowd or not.
Right. Coach, talk about Kevin a little bit. What does he bring to your team and your offense?
I think Kevin is one of the leaders on the offensive line, and during the summertime, Kevin had texted me and said, "Coach, I'm gonna do everything I have to do to be a captain," and on the field, it shows it. The first game he didn't play, and you could tell that he was missed, and you could see what he did when he played this week.
So home again, senior night this Friday. Fremont Ross comes to town. How are you preparing for this game, Coach?
Senior nights is never good, because you get to say goodbye to some of the kids you've been around for 4 years, and just preach like I preach every week. We got to win, first of all, win every day. In practice, that's the main thing before we even play the game. So, as long as we can be 1-0 in each practice we have, I think we'll be fine.
What do you know about Fremont Ross? I think they're 1-1 like we are. What do you know about that team? What's got to be the focus for you guys this week?
Fremont Ross is a very talented team. They got a good quarterback. They run a lot of different formations. So, we got to prepare that alone just so, we won't get lost in the shuffle as far as the formation. And defensive-wise, they got 2 good defensive ends and some good linebackers. So, it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game.
Kevin, how do you describe this team this year? How do you describe that group of guys out there with you?
Well, off what I know, watching film and stuff, just like Coach Biggie said, they're a very, very talented team. Basically, it's going to be a game. We're talented, they're talented. See who comes out at the end with the victory.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Kevin. What's your prediction for the rest of the season going out?
Oh, man, prediction rest of the season. If we practice like we did last week and play like we did last week, we'll come out undefeated with the 1 win. With the 1 lose,